Hi guys, and welcome to Red Devils United. This is the latest transfer news from Manchester United. Man United are ready to sell Manuel Ugarte for 25 million. They also added Atlanta's Ederson to their midfield targets. It's valued at 42 million and has agreed terms with Atletico, but the fee isn't done, which could leave the door open for Manchester United. On Ederson, just a quick thing. I don't know much about Ederson. I don't watch the Serie A much. I might have watched Atlanta once, twice. So I don't really know Ederson that well. I don't know if he's that good, if he would fit well at United. Hopefully someone will give me an info on him. And if you think he would do well at United, or if he is a good player or anything. On Manuel Ugarte, yeah, I think the best thing for him is to move on. He's not really thrived his career at United. We got him for Ten Hag, but obviously Ten Hag got sacked not long after his arrival, and we didn't really use him much. And then we got Ruben, and he's a defensive midfielder. We changed formation. Not really a formation that Ugarte plays in because he's a defensive midfielder. So he's not really had much minutes or whichever. And I think his confidence is so low with not playing and that. So I think it's the best thing to do is part ways with Ugarte, let him go somewhere where he's going to get played and possibly restart his career again. And don't know where that could be, Turkey, Italy, whichever. But yeah, I think it's done now for Ugarte. Gutted because I do like him, but doesn't always comes great, does it? Sometimes football is a weird game where you go to teams, do really well, and then go to another team and not really do your potential do well kind of thing. So you will have to leave to restart your career. The next bit is Ben Jacobs. The notion that Manchester United can go from 75 million, which is what they were prepared to pay last summer, to 50 million and start an engagement with Brighton is firmly denied by Brighton sources. It dismissed to me from queries that I've made that anything starting with a 5 or 6 will get Carlos Baleba. If Man United were to come back for Baleba again, the player will only want them. On Baleba, in the summer, I was all over the deal. I wanted him. I liked him. Thought I did well for Brighton last season. But watching him this season, he's been poor. His performance has been shocking. He's either starting and then getting hooked off at half time, or he isn't starting and then getting the odd 10 minutes there, whichever kind of thing. I think we should stay clear of him. I think, and it proves that statement, the player will only want them. That's because we're the only club that's in for him. That's why. If he was that good, then in my eyes, you will see a City, a Liverpool, an Arsenal, maybe Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern going in for him. But you don't, because he hasn't done that well this season. It's been poor. There's way better midfielders out there to get than Baleba. Yeah, he might become good in another season or 2, 3 seasons, But yeah, he might do well at us at United, but we can't take that risk. Like, we're potentially going into Champions League. If we get him, like say we use him against, like say look at yesterday, PSG Bayern. I'm sorry, if we had him in midfield, our midfield would get run through like knife through butter against a team like that. And he's not a player to replace Casemiro with either. I think he should stay at Brighton for another season or two and get his confidence back up, and this, that, and other, and then we revisit again in another 2-3 seasons just to see what goes on. But for now, I don't think we should touch him at this moment in time. I don't think we should. 70 million for Believer won't be seen as a bad deal for United. Tchouaméni is valued at 70 million. Morgan Rogers is valued at 80 million. Tonali and Bruno G are valued at minimum of 80, if not 100 million. Elliot Anderson is reported at value between 60 to 120 million. I'm sorry, but how is Baleba a 70 million player? Like, the way he played this season, I don't think it's 30 mil. Like, come on, you compare it, you're putting him in the same bracket as a player who's playing at Real Madrid. Like, Tchouaméni clears of him. I would rather have Tchouaméni than Baleba. But Tchouaméni wants to stay at Real Madrid. So obviously, we won't be getting Tchouaméni. But then obviously you got Tonali, Bruno G, Anderson, which in my eyes, Tonali is going to be difficult. It's going to be a miracle if we could get him, because apparently he's homesick as well, so he wants to go back to Italy or whichever. But he would be a superb replacement for Casemiro. Bruno G, he's a good midfielder. I think him in our midfield will be amazing. Like, then Elliot Anderson, he's still young himself. He's a good midfielder, but he's still young. Is he really gonna do it in Champions League for us? He's not a Champions League proven player yet. Where Tonali, hey, I said Tonali is, because he's played in Champions League, and Tchouaméni. Bruno G's, I think, they played for Newcastle and that. So I thought, yeah, it's one of them, innit? There's another one on Bruno G. I'm not aware that a formal Bruno G is really on the long list of midfield targets, whereas any of the other names that are reported before appears to be more concrete. I'm sure Bruno G news died down a month or two ago, because they said like we're not after him or anything. So I thought that was just set and done. That we're not being it. So now why again it's coming back up that we're after him? Yeah. Morgan Rogers is a serious Manchester United target and is priced at 80 million or more. He isn't agent for the move, but Aston Villa feel he is at the right age and it's the right time to cash in. Man United like him as a left-sided option, and he has admired among senior figures. The player doesn't have a favoured position, but he doesn't feel as comfortable switching to the right. The problem with Morgan Rogers is I like him. I do like him at Villa, but I see him more as a number 10 than a left winger. Yeah, I like him. I like Rodgers. I really do. But I just can't see him as a left winger. He's more of his number 10. And we've obviously got Bruno there. Mount can play there. Kuna can play there. So it's like, if we did end up getting him, we're going to have another situation of where do you drop Kuna and put him on the left, or do you bench him and have him as like a number 2 to Bruno or whichever? It's gonna be one of them with Rodgers. But like I said, I have him at United. It's like, what would you do with him? Would you use him as a number 10? Would you use him as a left winger and push Kuna back as a backup thing? But then it's one of them. Yeah, it's one of them with that. But yeah, I would take him. Tonali is on the list of Manchester United midfield targets. The combination of age, wages, commissions, and the valuation of Newcastle put Manchester United off moving for Tonali. Suggestions that Tonali the top choice. Tonali is the only one they want, and they going to bid for him. Not true to my understanding. Right. The thing is, this what winds me up sometimes, because if Tonali was 21, we would snap him up. But because he's like, 26, coming to 27, it's like, oh no. Like, we teased that we're going to go in for him for months, and then we're not going to go in for him or something. Like, yeah, maybe he might be homesick and the player himself wants to go back to Italy. Like, he might not want to come to us, but we should still be testing the waters going in for him. We need a player like him to replace Casemiro. A Baleba player won't replace Casemiro experience in that, and headers in that, where Tonali's can. We need to go big this summer. I really do. To compete to the likes of PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, in the Champions League and that. We need to go big this summer. We can't keep going in for unexperienced players. We need more experience to help the unexperienced players. It's ridiculous. Like, Alisson's good, don't get me wrong, but he's not very experienced, is he, really, that much? Like, you need more experienced players. Like, and in my mind, Alisson's going to City. He's gone to City. You can see that go. You can see that. So we will not get Alisson either way. So Tonali be a perfect option in that midfield. Like, it winds me up sometimes. Whether they get him or not, Elliot Anderson is the top midfield target on Man United. So until that race is over, others on the list of midfield targets may appear lower and suddenly become higher if they don't succeed in Elliot Anderson. Like I just said, Elliot Anderson will be going to Manchester City. So the race is over. It's clear and obvious. Anderson is going City. So therefore, our top target should be Tonali. He's Prem proven. He's got experience in the Champions League. He is quality on the ball. Like, he could be our next Casemiro if he can get a next Casemiro kind of thing. So it's not rocket science, but our Dumb and Dumber owners will go, oh, Balema's going to be perfect. Oh, this, that, another will, like, no, Baleba will not be perfect. Yeah, maybe we might get him as another midfield option off the bench kind of thing. But before you get Baleba, you need to get someone like Tonali, another experienced midfielder. Then you can maybe go get Baleba kind of thing. But they don't think like that. There is an agreement in principle between PSG and Luis Rialdo over an extension, and firmly it could happen any moment. He will not be a candidate for Man United manager and will stay at PSG. It's expected. It is expected. People can dream and dream big, like Enrique was going to come and that. But in reality, we knew he wasn't coming, and he would have stayed at PSG. Like, why would you leave a team like PSG? Like, come on, you've got everything there. Like, they could go back to back. I'm sure they won't. Did they win Champions League last season? Yeah, they could go back to back Champions League winners. Like, why would you leave a team like that when you've got everything? You've got a squad there playing for you, enjoying it, that kind of thing. Yeah, why? And plus his wage is going to be expensive anyway, and our owners won't pay a 1p mix. They'll try and get it down for free if they could. But yeah, Michael Carrick is going to get a formal interview for the Manchester United job, and he has already spoken to Jim Ratcliffe, and he's been part of the planning. This throughout process isn't about if they pick Carrick, giving it him off the back of Champions League football. He has to interview as well, and other candidates will do the same too. And then onto the manager race. Multiple candidates will be interviewed. Carrick's in a strong position, but nothing is decided, nor is it really expected to be surely off the back of getting Champions League football. Carrick will then have to pitch his plans. He'll to have feedback given about him from players and staff, and then a determination will be made on him. At the same time, other candidates will also be interviewed. And then on the manager race, I think things are going to get moving now. And then the official line for Manchester United is more along the lines of waited till the end of the season for an appointment. Waited till the end of the season. An appointment is not the same as waited till the end of the season to make a decision or start the formal outreach, which is where the club are at now. And we will learn of the club meeting with candidates, including Carrick. Carrick's going to get the job, innit? Like, deep down, he does deserve it in a way because of what he's done. Got it from 6th to 3rd, Champions League. So, if it was any other manager did that, like, if it was Enrique came January, right? And as a caretaker manager or like thinking manager to end the season, and then he got us from 6th to 3rd, you would say, give him the job because he deserves it. Carrick does, but he needs to improve his style of play. Like, we have been lucky in games. Like, we were lucky against Brentford, in my opinion. Like, we could have gone 2-2 in the first half. That could have ended that 4-4, to be honest. Like, we got lucky against Chelsea. Obviously, we've got people at Leeds. Pretty much. To be fair, since the City and Arsenal game, we've not seen a convinced performance by us. Like, we got Liverpool on Sunday. They're not playing well, but I will say more on that game. I'm going to do the pre-match on that one. I've not done for a while. I do apologise. I will do one of them on Sunday, but I think what my opinions on the game. Well, yeah, I think Carrick does deserve it, but I think we still should go big on a manager, an experienced manager. Like, he didn't really do. He got sacked from Middlesbrough. Like, so yeah, we do need to go big, and I mean big. To be fair, Group A from Bournemouth is appreciated by Man United. Bournemouth model allows them to sanction exit for players like him. Everything is very early stage, but it's definitely one to watch this summer. Why is it that we always have to be linked with young strikers? Like, I get it. In a few seasons, still having that, whichever thing, yeah. But you need experience. Like, and pardon me for burping. Sorry, guys. And, like, we've got a young one in Seshko. Why not get an experienced striker? What can help Seshko in the long run? Like, if that's the case, keep Højlund. Keep Højlund if you want another young player. Instead of splashing cash on thingy, keep Højlund. You got players there what can service him. You got Kuhn, you got Mbeumo, you got Ahmad, you got Bruno. So it's like, so what's the point in forking out for another young striker when we've got one on loan? Maybe Højlund don't want to come back and is enjoying it at Napoli, but it's like, what's the point? We need an experienced striker, especially when we're going in Champions League. Like, yeah. And I don't know who that striker would be. I'm not saying like, oh, we should go for this guy, that guy, this. I don't know who that striker would be, but we need to get an experienced striker. Bruno is more likely to stay at Man United, and that obviously because he likes Carrick. Champions League football is there. He's not engaging with suitors yet. The release clause for Bruno is only active for the early part of the summer, and it's not triggered in the right way. It's off the table. So that's pretty. So that's I think that's good on Bruno. That is. Oh, Man United are insisting on their intentions to keep Bruno. The club hopes Champions League qualifications can be key, despite approach from the Saudi pro club over the past few seasons. Champions League, we one of them, but you want to see the ambitions of the club, see what the club's gonna do now that we've got Champions League football, what players we're gonna get, what managers coming in, or if like I said, he likes Carrick, so if Carrick stays, then that won't be the fact, that won't annoy him to think it, because he's already states he likes him. So it's like, now the club, the owners now need to make sure they stay on his good books and actually go out there and deliver in this summer window. Bringing the right players in, sell the right players. Like, yeah, I see you got to be going. Like, they need to sell Nana, Rashford, Sancho. For me, Luke Shaw needs to go. One of the right backs for me, and bringing a better right back. The Euro needs to go on loan for me, because I think we got a better young centre back in Evan. I think we need to get another centre back for me. Van der Ven, Morello from Forest. yeah, I think to prove it to him and show him and pay him back for his determination to stay, we need to give him the ambitions of thank you for staying, and we're going to do everything in our power to keep you happy here. And yeah, we need to do the right thing in the summer, and that. But yeah, is that everything? I did see something. Debbie, shut up. Yeah. Is that everything? Oh, Man United exploring an alternative solution for Marcus Rashford, with Barcelona currently unwilling to trigger his 30 million release clause by option. Sorry. One option being considered is offering Rashford in a player plus cash deal to AC Milan for Leao. Would you do that? Is Leao that good? I've not really seen much of him, but yeah, I would rather can't really comment on that because I've not really seen much of Leao, Serie A, or anything to comment on them sort of players. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the transfer news for today. If any more interesting news pops up, I will inform you all. I will be doing episode 3 at some point. I've not forgotten it. Just making sure things are working right, because the past 2 episodes I've had audio issues. Then I've had a YouTube video finishing earlier than it should have been. So I think hopefully it's everything sorted out while I give it a few days to reset, kind of thing. I'll try to do episode 3 tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try to do episode 3 tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, smash a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you know when I'm coming live or recording a video. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. And I'd say meow.